Hi, this is my testimonial about my quantum healing session with Talmadge. Before I contacted Talmadge, I was going through a period where I was extremely fatigued, my hair was falling out, and I have a ton of hair, but it was just coming out in almost clumps. My eyebrows were thinning at the edges. My head was very cloudy. My memory seemed almost like shot. It was weird. I was sleeping for hours and hours and hours and just never feeling rested. Um, what really alarmed me was when my thyroid, or I feel like it was my thyroid, the doctors still weren't sure, grew to a point where it was almost completely occluding my airway. I had to go to the emergency room. I had to get breathing treatments. I ended up on inhalers for over a month, also taking prednisone, which is a steroid for the swelling. I then proceeded to go to actually a number of doctors in my hospital's network and had a whole myriad of tests done, and they all just kept coming back on like the low end of normal. So I kept being told that, nothing was wrong, or it definitely wasn't my thyroid. But I feel like I just intuitively kind of knew that something was wrong with my thyroid. The biggest thing that tipped me off was, even though I have a job where I'm pretty much on my feet for, you know, at least 12 to 14 hours, depending on if I work a 12 or 16-hour shift in a pretty busy hospital. I also had been working out. I did kickboxing. I often walked at least like 6 to 8 miles, maybe 3, 4 days a week. Even with that and eating very healthy, I had been a vegetarian at that point for a few years. I was putting on an absurd amount of weight, just to the point where I could not ignore it. I think with, just over a month, I had put on like 30 plus pounds. Like, I was like huge. Um, so I contacted Talmadge about having the healing session, and we did it via Skype. I was sitting on my couch. It was very pleasant. It wasn't scary. It was actually kind of, I want to say, euphoric. I was very happy. I was put into a trance. Um, my physical body was not doing anything, but I almost felt removed, or kind of like almost like above my head, where I was completely aware of everything that was happening. I couldn't do anything, but it was kind of like I was experiencing it as a viewer, if that makes any sense. Um, right after the session, um, when I brought back, I felt very disconnected for a second, kind of like I wasn't all there. I eventually felt like I was completely back in my body. Um, I was very tired. I think I slept like 10 hours. That, like, I think I went to sleep right after the session. Um, I was very thirsty. I drank a lot of water that day. But honestly, when I woke up, I finally felt rested. So I think that was um, the first clue to me, or at least the first sign that something good had happened. Um, Within the following days, my energy levels definitely improved. My memory function improved. It took a little while for me to see any change in weight. I think it's about probably 2 and 3 months until the weight started coming off. And honestly, now I think it might at this point be 5 months later. I've lost 35 pounds, and that is with not changing my diet yet, because I think my diet got worse. I stopped exercising as much because I was really busy between jobs and dealing with a friend, an ill friend. So I wasn't even working out hardly as much as I had been prior to the session. Yet I was still gradually, very gradually, not anything drastic, losing weight. So that was the point where I really knew that the session had helped. My eyebrows are coming back. My hair is still shedding a bit, but that's probably something hormonal at this point in time. Who knows? My hair has a life of its own, but it's definitely not falling out to the point that it was. But like I said, it was a very enjoyable experience. Talmadge is awesome. I would totally do this again. I actually might do it again soon, for something else that's going on, because there's always something going on with me. Um, but if you have any issues, I definitely would wholeheartedly recommend you taking on this process. And Talmadge was super informative. He let me know everything that would happen. Um, Scheduling was easy. Like I said, we did it via Skype, sitting on my couch. So it was really a piece of cake. Would totally do it again. Would totally recommend anyone doing this. All right. Thank you.